Hi, I'm Abe Madcore, and welcome to this episode of SBJ's Executive Insight. We are here at Access Drive, presented by Sports Business Journal in Los Angeles. I'm joined by Brian McGowan, president of Centennial Yards in Atlanta. Brian, thanks so much for joining us. You and I have talked about what an exciting project that you are leading in Atlanta, but we just came from a session talking about the proliferation of these mixed-use developments. Why do you think we're seeing these pop up everywhere?
Great question. Well, there's been some great success stories. The Battery in Atlanta is one of them. LA Live, which was discussed on the panel we just saw. I think sports teams are, they're trying to capture the value that they bring to those places, right? So they are the magnet that's drawing hundreds of thousands of people into those downtown spaces or wherever they may be located. So people are coming down there for them, and so they're trying to capture more of that value. People are coming down early for games. They're going to restaurants and bars and staying afterwards. So I think it's a matter of trying to capture more of the value that they're bringing to those spaces.
In that session, they talked about how the sports facility is that anchor. So you have to get that right. That's got, and where Centennial Yards is, you're right in the middle of a number of sports facilities.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. Centennial Yards is the bullseye of the entire region of Atlanta. The region is 6 million people, so it's where Atlanta was founded, literally. So we also have 3 sports teams. So we have the Falcons, Atlanta United, and the Atlanta Hawks. Plus there's a big convention center, plus there's 3 major college campuses, 120,000 students, and then all the government offices. So there's already 23 million people a year that come to downtown Atlanta. The problem is our downtown isn't in a great state right now, as I think a lot of American cities are experiencing, is people want to be in their downtowns, but they want their downtowns to be better.
Yeah.
And so this is going to catalyze that for downtown Atlanta, our project.
Well, let's talk about a couple of things. One, about the project. You and I you showed it to me probably over a year ago, the energy and the pieces to the project were so compelling. And here we sit we're taping this in September, and it's really coming out of the ground very, very quickly.
Yeah, we're moving very fast. We have anywhere from 500 to 1,000 people on the job site every day, so we're pouring concrete and building buildings. We just opened our first brand new building, an apartment building, 304 apartments, 4 restaurants at the base of that. We're about to finish another building, which is Hotel Phoenix, a new hotel. By the way, both of these buildings are literally across the street from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then we have what we call the fan zone, the entertainment district, although the whole thing is an entertainment district, is under construction now. So it's 7.5 acres, 4 buildings, 500,000 square feet of space, a fan plaza area that can hold 2,000 people, digital signage on everything, under construction right now.
What I love is you and I talked about this live, work, play environment. This has all those components, of course.
Yes, it does. I mean, we're building 2,000 apartments. We're going to build 1,800 hotel rooms, 1 million square feet of retail, and office. We're going to build office. We have a fully designed Class A office building, and that's what you need to make sure that these places are 24/7. And as we heard on the previous panel, not just relying on when there's a big event or a game in town or a concert. You want those restaurants to be able to do well on Tuesday afternoons as well.
And Brian, we have seen together just Atlanta as a sports marketplace. It's very aligned, it's very collaborative. Big events, host big events really well.
Yeah, we're good at that. We hosted the Olympics, we've hosted Super Bowls, college championship games. We have a lot of pride in Atlanta around our sports culture and history. And our site is just going to add another great element. In fact, so that we're going to be able to attract more of those events because there's going to be more things to do in downtown Atlanta when we're done.
And it's so accessible. I think it's easy to get to. Airport, obviously a lot of traffic. So Atlanta has a lot of things factoring into really more and more volume to Centennial Yards.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the busiest airport in the world, and we're about 20, 30 minutes from that. There's 4 subway stops around Centennial Yards. And I do think our downtown was built to get people in and out relatively efficiently, although when you're sitting in the middle of traffic, it's never good. But the fact is we're pretty good at it because there's multiple ways to get out, and there's multiple freeways that run north, south, and east, west, just in proximity to our site. So we're really good at getting people in and out pretty quickly. But we think this is going to help with traffic in a way, because people, right now, if you come downtown Atlanta for a game or a concert, everybody comes at the same time. because there's not much to do before, and everybody leaves right afterwards because there's not anything to do afterwards. So this should have the effect of staggering that. People will come early. In fact, people without tickets to the event itself will want to be around other fans and celebrate whatever's going on. And then afterwards, I don't know about you, but after a good concert, I'd like to have a nightcap or a cocktail after. Right now, the problem is we all jump in cars and we're stuck in that traffic. So this should stagger that and cause a different feeling in downtown.
I've told people, as we finish up here, I've told people that Centennial Yards, I think, will really Centennial Yards will reimagine and remake downtown Atlanta because it has so many different components.
It will, and it all goes back to Tony Ressler when he bought the Atlanta Hawks. This was his vision, and he has often said, he continues to say, that Atlanta doesn't have the downtown that it deserves. And so Centennial Yards, when you drop a $5 billion real estate project on 50 acres right in the heart of the downtown, that has a catalytic effect, and we're seeing that. There's other developers and other things starting to happen. We have World Cup next year. The politicians and the city and the state are all focused on making sure our downtown is as good as it can be next year.
And somebody who is going to World Cup in Atlanta next June, July, they'll see this Centennial Yards in action.
You won't be able to not see it.
Right.
Because it's right across the street.
A few sleepless nights for you, but it's exciting, right?
That's exactly right, but looking forward to it.
Well, we'll keep our eye on this very exciting project.
Thank you.
And we're here again at Access Drive, presented by Sports Business Journal. Thank you to Centennial Yards President Brian McGowan. I'm Abe Madcore. We'll speak to you down the road.